What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerdcastle. It's time for a little bit more Forager. Hope you're all settled in and ready to go, because we're doing this thing. We're doing this thing live, like right now. We're doing this thing in style. I made some paper. We're ready to write. We got jokes ready to flow and things ready to go, so you all know that it's time to, I don't know, plant and grow. There we go. I knew I'd make it rhyme eventually. I just had to wait for my little neurons to connect the words. Rhyme scheming is kind of a weird thing. It's like the more you practice it, the easier it becomes. Who would have known that if you practice something, it gets easier? Huh. If only somebody had told me that earlier on in life. Who would have known? You know, a lot of people ask me how I do my commentary and how it is that I got to the point that I am as a YouTuber where I can just like monologue endlessly about nothing. And frankly, it comes from talking to myself. When I first started out as a YouTuber and I had like maybe 3,000, 4,000 subs, like I was just a little baby YouTuber. I was just starting out. I was just at the beginning of my journey, and that by no means is disparaging to anybody with 3,000 to 5,000 subs. It's not my intent at all. So if you took offense to that, I'm not going to apologize because I didn't mean it like that, all right? I'm not going to apologize because I didn't mean it like that, but what I will say is hang in there. YouTube is way easier to grow on than Twitch and a lot of other platforms. You just got to keep at it. Then again, I may have a remarkable amount of survivor's bias going. But anyways, people used to ask me when my channel was kind of blowing up. So like in 2013, 2014, that's when my channel was kind of doing like a bazillion subs a day and was like super in its like heyday. You know, that was when the first engine of growth kind of hit my channel. They'd be like, well, how do you do the commentary you do? It comes from talking to myself, bro. It's practice, just like anything else. My entire life, I've talked to myself when people aren't home. And I'll talk to myself about, like, legitimately anything. I think part of it stems from, like, when I was a kid, my dad used to talk to himself all the time. And you'd catch him, and you'd be like, Dad, why are you talking to yourself right now? And he'd be like, it's the only goddamn intelligent conversation I get around here. And so anyways, kind of got it from my dad. But, like, if I was driving down the road in my car all by myself, I'd see a Taco Bell, and I'd just, like, start talking to myself about what I liked about Taco Bell and what I didn't like about Taco Bell. And I think it just, like, rewires your brain for conversation. I do think that, like, the art of conversation and the ability to talk just, like, freely about whatever is something that isn't really, like, cultivated in youth today. Like, we're taught to express opinions, but we're not, like, taught to converse. And conversation happens between two people. Like, right now, you're watching my video, I'm talking directly to you. Now, through the magic of the internet, like, I don't know exactly who you are. We've never met. Or maybe we have at PAX or something like that, if you're one of the lucky people that met me at a con or, like, went to the bar with me or whatever else. But, that being said, I fully expect that, like, you'll have comments about the things that I say and you'll put them down below. And when I'm feeling particularly adventurous, I go into the comments section and I put on my raincoat and my hazmat suit and I brave my way through all the toxic comments. And, you know, I am interested in hearing people's thoughts. I do enjoy conversing with people. And I think conversation is kind of a long-lost art. I think people used to converse a lot better before. Like, I think the internet and anonymity has really, really changed conversation because, like, everybody's disposable. Like, if you don't like somebody's opinion, you can just, like, kick them or ban them or, like, get rid of them. And I think that is justified if the person is being like a dick or they're just like trolling you or they're like arguing in bad faith or they're just trying to upset you, then absolutely. That's a perfectly valid way to deal with the situation. It's just like remove that negativity. Why keep that negativity in your life if they've already proven that the conversation is not in good faith? But that being said, the internet has made it so we can just like dispose of people if they even slightly disagree with us, you know? And I think that that's made it so that conversation has been cheapened a little bit in the modern world. Conversation has sort of fallen off as a worthwhile venture, whereas back in like the 1800s or whatever, conversation was one of the only entertainments you really had. And so like when somebody came over, you sat there and you talked for hours and hours and hours and hours about this and that, and people got very, very good, which is why I think you see letters from back in the old days that are very flowery and the prose is like amazing. It's because back then people got a lot more practice at just conversation and expressing ideas. I was lucky. My family is a very, very argumentative family where there was always lots of debate, lots of, you know, arguing, lots of talking, lots of expressing opinions. My family is known for a lot of things, but one of them is not being able to hold in an opinion. And so I was lucky to grow up in an environment where there was lots of conversation, and I learned to do this monologuing essentially by just talking to myself. And it's the same way if you're wondering what I'm doubling back to here. If you're going, hey, Splat Guy, what is the point of this conversation? I don't really understand where this is going. Well, let me tell you. It's the same thing with rhyming. This entire anecdote right here, this entire thing that we just talked about was leading up to the fact that practice makes perfect. You just got to do it and you get better at it. If you go watch my oldest videos on my channel from way back in the day when I was doing like towns and stuff like that, I sound timid. I sound nervous. I sound like I'm not quite sure of where the conversation is going. And then if you look at me 6 or 7 years later, I would assume it's just like being a radio host or a podcaster. Like, you just get used to letting the thoughts out to roam. Sometimes that's not a good thing. Sometimes it is a good thing. It's kind of hit or miss. This POW back here is trapped, and I feel bad for him. Maybe we should remove that POW from his misery. I don't know. Am I even working on anything right now? I got another skill over here. I've just been chopping trees and just like rambling away. We've got smelting. Furnaces work faster. Forges work faster. That'd be kind of nice. What do we have over here? Boots and gloves for textiles. What is that? Commerce. Items discarded from your inventory are instantaneously sold instead. Okay, crafted items sell for more coins. We go with banking, brilliance, alchemy. We want cauldrons or cooking. I think I'm going to do cauldrons or cooking next, but I don't know which I want. Let's do cauldrons. Maybe we'll get healing potions or something so that like when we get wounded, we can actually fix ourselves. As I understand it, this game does have... As I understand it, there are like dungeons and things that the game has available for the player to play. And so we'll probably want more HP or something once we get to that point. What does it take to make a cauldron? In order to make a cauldron, we're going to need more bricks. That should be well enough doable, I think. So there we go. Let's mash out some more bricks, and while we wait for that, I'll probably collect some fiber and thread. Just in case, because I always seem to be low on fibrous goodies. As far as fibers go, how many do I have? Oh, good. I have lots of them. Hell yeah. Let's get the wheels of industry spinning here. We actually are almost at level 13, too. I wonder what the maximum level is. I would assume like 64 or 65, considering there's 64 skills. So I would assume it's around there somewhere. I wonder if we ever get health increases from our level ups, or if we get the health increases from finding things on other islands. That's the other question that I sort of have. I think we're going to need a lot more money, though, before we can effectively, like, get started at purchasing a lot of land. Like, let me take a look and see what our budget is looking like to get these southern ones. So 280 right there and 350 right there. 280 and 350. Unfortunately, at the moment, I can't really well afford... At the moment, I can't really well afford to buy those islands, but we'll stick to it. We'll stick to it and we'll try our best. Another skill is up and running. Let's go with... Oh, we've got novice potions. Yeah, let's do that. The potions master. Bother, 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 bother. I like the part where he stops moving. Never been like a massive Harry Potter fan. But Harry Potter Puppet Pals was probably one of the more genius things on the internet. And it's a bummer that it just kind of never went anywhere. Alright, so we got 90 coins right there from the gemstones. We've got plastics. We've got a dragon filter. We've got a crystal. Oh, it's not quartz, it's crystal, although I guess kind of similar. What can I unload right now? I got plenty of, like, food. So I think it might not be a terrible idea just to get rid of some of the extra foodstuffs. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I was going to say you're going to try and hurt me, huh? Just like everybody else in my life. Just like everybody else. There we go. So the meat is all good to go over here. We can make paper. We can't really do a whole lot on that side. We may have enough bricks, though, to get the cauldron going. There we go. Yeah. Put in the cauldron right there. Looks good to me. Alright, so we've got a bomb. Presumably used to explode things. We've got a healing potion, which requires 10 citrus and also a bottled torch bug. There's a wisdom draft, which is a bottled beetle, beets, paper, amethyst. Liquid luck, which is amethyst, nightshade, bone, and bottled beetle. We've got a thunder strike potion over here, which is topaz, crystal, pumpkin, and also bottled torch bug. Okay. Well, I mean, I think the place that we start with that is just explosives. Let's make a bomb. Like, I know that I'm on a government watch list now because they're parching all my videos. parsing all my videos. Did I say parching? I mean, my videos may be thirsty. It's the nature of the business. But at the same time, parsing was the word that I was going for. Let's see here. Alright. So, a little bit more iron is probably forthcoming. And actually, it looks like over here, I don't really care if I get hit. You can hit me all you want. It's not going to fix the situation that you're just unhappy with who you are, okay? Violence comes from a place of darkness. And if that's what you need in order to make you feel better about your life, then swing away, my pal. Swing away. I'm here to help. Piggy, you freed yourself. And now I will free you from this mortal coil. Let's see here. I've got the paper. I'll probably sell the dookie. Everything else, though, I kind of want to hold on to. We may want to get started with some storage or something, too. I want to see how I use this bomb right here. Can I blow up trees with it? Whoa. That was super good. That was, like, so much better than I expected. Like, I didn't expect it to do that much. That was the goat right there. That was the good stuff. I should probably make some bottles and start catching some of these bugs, too, so I can do that guy's quest. Maybe that's what I'll do. I think I need to make glass, though. Oh, my God. There's like a slime invasion happening right now. Either way, it's passive income. I'm all right with it. I also want to know what she does. Oh, cool. It blew up the rock that was on the island, too. Nice. Okay. So if I wanted to make glass, we need sand. And I don't have a lot of sand right now. As far as I know, sand comes from these doohickeys over here. But we don't get a whole lot of it. I don't know where I get sand from more effectively, but it might be a good idea to make a few more fish traps for sand farming. So I think I will. That also does me the favor of clearing out a lot of these berries from my inventory so that I can hold other things. Eat that fish right there and get that going. Perfect. Alright, tree. I need you gone. I need you out of my house, tree. I need you out of my life. If I could get a windmill in this episode, that'd be pretty cool. Like, I'd be down for a windmill and maybe completing one of the quests. So I think that's what we're going to shoot for as we move forward. I think that's what we're going to shoot for. Ow. See, and I had just gone to all the difficult work of getting my HP back up, and you took that from me. You took it from me. You took it from me, giant bull creature, and then you wonder why I beat you to death with mining implements. And you wonder. And I wonder where she will stay. My little runaway. Run away. My family used to listen to a lot of oldies when I was a kid. So if oldies references come up, I'm sorry, but my family used to listen to oldies a lot. And then all of a sudden, like one summer, they swapped over to country. And ever since then, my mom went through like a big country phase. There was a lot of country at our house, which is weird because neither of them listen to country anymore now. I don't know. I don't know. People go through phases, I guess. I go through them. I go through phases constantly. There we go. Let's get all that smelting. I think it'd be a good idea if we took that skill that made our smelters go a little bit faster too. Like our crafting benches and whatnot. I believe that we are in the market for new land. Now we can buy this guy right here. We can buy this guy right here. I'm going to buy that guy. There's a gravestone over there. Okay. I don't know how I feel about a gravestone. The foraging obelisk. Gain bonus XP from gathering herbs and crops. Only one obelisk can be active at a time. Okay, so it's like the Skyrim thing. So it's like in Skyrim you get the thing that makes your core skills level up faster if you're a warrior or like a thief or like a mage. Gotcha. Doesn't seem to have increased... It doesn't seem to have increased the amount that I get. But then again, maybe that doesn't count as foraging. I don't know. Interesting. I do think we're going to have to belly down, and I think we're going to have to I think we're going to have to, at some point, purchase some storage. We've just got so many things laying around right now that I just don't know how we're going to plausibly store. What is that? An EMP grenade? What do you need an EMP grenade for? There's also a demon's horn right there. Wild, man. Super wild. I'm going to sell off all the meats and everything, too. Alright. Well, we'll continue bumping along right there. As far as steel is concerned, make several of it. I know the steel's going to take a while, but that'll allow us to make like our first storage box. And maybe it'll have like 10 or 11 slots so that I can start putting things in there until I need it. What I would really like is if your storage allowed you to craft out of it even when you're not near it. I'm not a big fan of inventory restrictions in video games. I firmly believe that every video game should have infinite inventory space and that you should never have to like, unless the amount of money that you bring in is core to balancing the game. So, for example, something like Darkest Dungeon, there has to sort of be like a limit on how much money you can make in one run. But even in Darkest Dungeon, it's not really an issue because you can't really effectively farm in Darkest Dungeon. So, like, my thing is this. Inventory constraints are put in games to keep you from blowing out the economy and bringing everything back to town and selling it every single time you go out. It forces you to prioritize what you bring versus what you don't bring. But in a lot of games, that mechanic right there is unimportant. Like, it doesn't have any bearing on the overall gameplay. And so why include it at all? One of my favorite games ever is like Gothic. Because in Gothic, you can carry as much stuff as you want. There's no weight limits. There's no inventory limits. If you want to carry around 9,000 halberds with you, you carry around 9,000 halberds, champ. You carry them around to your heart's delight, and I love that. I love that. I love it. There's nothing worse than being halfway down in a dungeon, running out of inventory space, and then having to slow walk all the way out of the dungeon and back to town to go sell it because you're a pack rat, and then go back to the dungeon, finish off to do it all over again. It's just my opinion. I think games, unless picking and choosing loot is core to the overall gameplay, I don't think that there should be weight in video games. Like, if I was going to make a game, I wouldn't put weight limits in it or inventory limits in it. Let's see here. We need a windmill next. We can do a windmill. It's not hard. It's doable. I also need glass, though. Yeah, it's a tiny bit more effective right there. That works out a little bit better. I think I may actually completely and totally surround this island with fish traps so that I can just, like, farm sand whenever I want to. Since we haven't found a more effective means to get sandy out here, we're going to have to stick with it for right now. So I can make glass. I can only make one. How much does it take to make a glass? It takes 2 glass. So there's a bit of a bottleneck right there. We need to find berries. There's a few berries over there. God, will you guys just chill? There's so many enemies around. Enemies, like, everywhere. I don't see any berry bushes over here, but this island is really, really trying to be super productive. I eat some fishies, get some berries. There we go. I just need space for berries so that I can keep placing more of the fish traps. So anywhere there is a berry, we shall pick it. Well, it looks like berries aren't coming out to play right now, so unfortunately we'll just have to live with that. Trees! Could you just, like, stop? Trees, I'm gonna need you to chill. I need you to slow your roll, trees. We've got economic over here. We can make a vault, which I suppose can go right there. It's got 6 storage slots. We found an anchor. Where did I get an anchor from? What? When did I pick up an anchor? I don't recall ever picking up an anchor. It must have been from the ocean. Maybe it's just like a treasure island? Or a treasure item? I don't know. I think for a lot of the stuff that I'm not going to use anytime soon, we can probably pretty safely just throw that in the vault. So, like, I doubt we're going to use the paper anytime soon. Flowers, I am also of a similar opinion. Wheat. We can't do anything with wheat right now because we don't have a windmill. Oh, cool. It shows you what's inside of the vault. Nice. I like that. I like that a lot. It actually gives you like an external representation. I don't think I've ever seen a game do that before. I like it. I like it. We can do textiles, which give boots and gloves. All right, let's make some boots and gloves. Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and da-na-na-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na-na-na. Well, I can make that. Maybe the boots make me run faster, possibly. I don't know exactly what the boots are going to do, but we'll find out. We'll find out once we get there. Oh, it automatically puts the wheat in there. Oh. So technically, you need a lot of vaults, and they're just repositories for everything you pick up that it auto-drops inside of there. Ooh. That's a useful build, then. Got the basic boots. Move speed is up by 25% and gives a 10% chance to dodge and attack. Nice. Okay. Let's sell off some gemstones. Get rid of a couple gemeralds out here. I don't know if I should sell the anchor or if it's going to be useful, like, later on in the game. Like, I don't want to get hella far into the game and then have somebody be like, blah, 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 blah. Bring me an anchor. And then I'm going to feel like a dunce. I don't like feeling like a dunce. I prefer to avoid that feeling if at all possible. Make another glass. Dude, this glass thing is kind of becoming problematic. Any more berry bushes over here? I just need like one berry bush. That's all that I need. All that I want is to pick some berries. It's gone tomorrow, but all that I want is to pick some berries. Hey. I guess not, unless they're behind the building, but it doesn't look like they are. However, there are a lot of resources back here, so I feel like it may not be a terrible idea just to drill our way through this place real fast for all das goodies. It looks like it's still putting those inside our vault, which is really, really rad. Okay, so I need to make more vaults. That's what I'm learning today, is that I need many, many, many more vaults. Because if we can basically itemize like everything in the game into vaults, we won't have to worry about inventory space anymore. That will become a problem of the past if we can get all of our supplementary items stored up inside of our bank vaults. So let's do that. That sounds like something that we can work on towards the end. I believe I also needed more threads and fiber. Our inventory is kind of clearing out naturally on its own right now anyways, so it's not too bad. We just kind of had that. I think we put the vault in at just the right time, and it took the pressure off of all of the right places. That's what I think. Smack that dude out of the air like a G. Like a G. Alright, so I need thread. Many, many threads. I think I have enough threads, though, so we want to look into a windmill, but we need more bricks for that. So, let's get on into some brickwork real quick. While we wait for that to pop on out, I'll just keep mining and running around. Alright, I think we're finally in a position where we have the things to make our windmill. Now, I don't know how big this place is going to be. I gotta feel... Oh, no! I turned all my... Can I cancel that? I can't cancel it after the fact. I was trying to get my wood back. I haven't had wood in days. It's been the worst. It's a sad life we lead out here. You heard it first. Splattercat hasn't had wood in days in Forager 2019. Let's see here. Let's go for... Just kind of eat what I can eat for right now. Although, in all honesty, you end up with a lot of food. At the beginning, it can be a little tiny bit desperate if you don't know what you're doing. But as you get further in, we kind of have too much food right now. We have loads of food. Come on, clear out all the traps. I don't really care about the fish and stuff. I mostly just want the sand. Alright, so that's done. Do I have enough wood right now? I need 3 more. Damn! Do I need to find a forest and just blow it up with a bomb? That's what I need to do. I need to use bombs more effectively. But it takes so much iron. Alright, well, make me some bombs, and then what I'll do is I'll get started on more iron in good faith. I can't really... I want to put in more fish traps, but I can't really afford to do so right now due to the fact that... I lost my train of thought there. That'll work, though. That's a good enough bomb.
Oh, it cooks the meat for you when you bomb it. How come it didn't blow up the trees down there? An interesting observation. I think those were inside the blast radius. Maybe there's like a maximal amount of destruction it can cause. Yeah, it's fine. I don't need the pop-up again. Like, I know what I'm doing. We'll be alright. I know what I'm doing. A little bit more gold, too, for some more steel. I'm thinking I want a few more vaults. Like, maybe 2 or 3 of them. It's going to be a little farming intensive, but it'll work out. Grab that for the future, too, because I know I'm going to need it. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so now that we're back over here, we need to think about, like, where we want to put our windmill at. And yeah, the windmill is pretty sizable. Hopefully I can walk in between that right there. I can. Good. So we can actually convert things into seeds from right here and plant our own crops, which I'm willing to bet will make things a little bit faster. But for now, let's just grind up some grain at the windmill and make it happen. Dude, how happy do you think millers were when they found out that they could grind grain with a windmill instead of having to do it all by hand with like a millstone, dude? How stoked do you think the miller was that figured that out? He was like, dude, I ain't doing nothing for the rest of my life. He'd be like, I take the grain in there, throw it in, separate the wheat from the chaff, and then just chill for the rest of the day. Instead of working 14 hours a day, I now work 11 hours a day. Oh yeah, life improvements, son. Life improvements. Man, you get a lot of XP for using bombs. Bombs are kind of rad. Maybe I should explode things more often. This game is kind of reinforcing bad habits right now that I'm like, I spent my whole life with the government telling me I shouldn't explode things to get what I want. But like in this situation, it's way more cost effective to just explode things. Like ludicrously more effective. Like, yeah, I could sit here chiseling away with my little pickaxe, just like hoping we get something done. Or I could blow it all to smithereens. Alright, let's make a little bit more glass over here. We need like, hey, I've got enough for 2 glasses. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Apparently those don't auto kick to the vault though, which is kind of a bummer. I was hoping that they would. Oh well. That's life. We'll make some gold ingots over there. We'll get those trucking. And I think we're just about out of time for the day. I'm looking at the clock right now, and it's looking a little bit low. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for an episode of Forager. Hope you guys are enjoying this little mini-series that we're playing right now. If you're still interested, don't hesitate. Leave a like on the video. It lets me know that you're still engaged and that you're still down with playing the game a little while longer. I'll see y'all next time. Hi, do, and take care, everybody.